could probably go, I don't know if you ever go to Hollywood and Western, because I need to go to,
They give you a free hat on the house?
no, I had to buy the hat,
You have to buy the hat?
but they give you the patch for free. And they put it on, because I got Laura, like Laura wanted something, so I get, and then I'm like, oh, I saw the hat in pink. So she got a
Your favorite judge was up today. You know that? Your favorite judge was there today. I got to talk to him.
Like, I won't be down here.
Yeah, I did. You want to hear some numbers? You want to hear some numbers? Actually, he didn't care at all. He didn't care. I talked to the front desk guys too, and they're like, "We got cameras on you, bro." I'm like, "I've got about 5 other phones. What do you want from me?"
You're like, whatever. Yeah, Carter is a strange dude.
Well, he's an honest dude. That's why.
That too. Yeah.
72.5% of all people that went in through the roadmap program immediately back to homelessness. 53.4% from Inside Safe immediately straight back to homelessness. And then for Alliance, it was about 66.5% straight back to homelessness. But that's not really the problem, right? Here's what was clarified today in testimony. They asked, do you do any intake to understand the factors that led the people you're serving to homelessness in the first place? No, we do not. Do you understand there are systemic issues in addition to individual issues that contribute to homelessness? Yes, we do.
Yes, right.
Do you do any scientific research on what those issues might be? No, we do not. Did you do any research scientifically upon intake of somebody on what led them personally and systemically to that point? No, we do not.
You have to watch this?
Yeah.
This was questioning, or this
This
was
is questioning. No, this is questioning. This is on the stand. Yes.
Just watching the whole thing?
Yes. They answered yes. So you're providing, so what's your stated goal for your program? The stated goal is to reduce homelessness,
and hopefully end
at
some point.
homelessness in the city of Los Angeles, and to also provide permanent housing for them, not just to remove it. Do you understand how it could be construed that your stated goal cannot be achieved by your own admission, where you do no such research into how those factors contribute to somebody being homeless in the first place, yet you're providing services for them?
Yeah.
Yes,
Like
we do.
this guy. Yeah. Like this guy, we have to understand why he's like this. We have to understand.
What?
So,
Hey, Connor, you are talking
need to
about
let us know.
Hold on.
this political speech. This
What
is
is your situation?
LAPD is a high school
Let us
graduate.
know.
You cannot use your bachelor degree communicated with a barely high school graduate. This is nonsense. This is nonsense, man. This is nonsense. Homeless housing. I want to be in the same housing with Jason Reedy. That's my same housing. I want a Jason Reedy. I want a Jason Reedy. You cannot talk to with the high school kids. I mean, a high school, that's the requirement for LAPD. They just the high school. They cannot understand anything a high school. Did you get your GED, by the way? Maybe you didn't even get your GED. You just graduated from high school for participation, for going to school. You cannot even pass a GED.
Duarte is OT8, man. He's OT8 on the Scientology bridge.
Although I didn't have a class in his singing though, so I need to learn.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Yeah, that's the one. Because I don't know what the heck he was singing this afternoon.
I'm gonna sing that in front of Jason Reedy, in front of his wife.
You want to hear some numbers?
Yeah.
I sat in on the Judge Carter hearing. They were doing questioning today.
Oh, I wanted to go, yeah.
It was I forget her name, but she's a skinny blonde white woman.
Yeah, here, you want to.
Finish? Yeah, I want to. Go to Google. I need to. But by the way, what did they say?
I had to call Sebastian after 4.
Yeah, that's the Sebastian. That's the one who gave me the business card. Make sure you tell them, you say this, you say, oh man, I really enjoyed the taco on that day, Kevin De Leon in the city hall. I said, no, right now I'm gonna host my own party. And these
Right. And 3-inch shrimp recommended you.
You know that, well, he doesn't know me as stranger, but I just say, you just say that you met him on that day, you love the taco.
Yeah, I
That
did. I
way-
went there.
that
I went-
way-
I just
that
don't remember if
way-
they
no,
were good
you
or
were
not.
not there.
I
You
was
were
at
not-
his party.
No, you were not there.
I was
No.
at the party here.
No, you were not.
Yes, I was.
Because on that day, it's only me, Herman Spindler. There's
No,
nobody else.
I went maybe before you. No, I went
Oh,
to his party.
before the candidate that one?
I
Did you
went
eat
to
the
that
taco?
party.
Did you eat the taco?
Yes.
You eat the taco?
Yes, I just don't remember if they were good or not. Yes, I was there.
I remember Herman Spindler, and then we were eating
No.
with the Commissioner Calanche, the LAPD Commissioner
Yeah.
Calanche. I don't remember you. You were never there.
I was there.
Okay, so, okay, good.
Unless
Regardless
we
you
had
were
more
there.
than one party.
Regardless you were there or not, I'm just saying, just say that you met him
It was
on
right
that day.
before the
It-
election.
Right. It was, no, I'm not talking about the election. I'm talking about last year. Several. That
Oh,
was
okay, then
1
maybe it
month.
was a different
No,
one.
no, not the election. I'm talking about 1 year before he was voted out of the office.
No, mine
1
was
month
like a
before.
month. Yeah,
No,
a month
1
before.
month
That's what I'm
before he
saying,
was
yes.
out.
That's what I'm saying. I was
Okay. So I'm just saying, just tell
You have bad
Sebastian.
memory.
Just tell Sebastian regarding
Because you
that.
have to do fingerprints to open it.
No, bro. As you keep wasting my time,
You're
man.
wasting my
You
time.
keep wasting my time.
You're missing my time. You're making my finger not work. Oh my goodness. Okay. Go do your thing.
So you ready for some numbers?
Yes.
So I got to hear it. There was cross-examination. I don't know her name, but she's a skinny, tall, blonde woman, white lady, of course. And she was one. She was with the city, and she was overseeing the contract that was established to execute services for in the name of eradicating homelessness. Here was the testimony. Okay, a couple exhibits went up, but the questioning I think was much more beautiful. The counsel that was asking the question was for the people prosecuting the city, and she was laying a foundation to ask, what legwork did you do to make sure that whatever services you're providing do indeed address scientific issues leading to homelessness that are systemic? Not just individual personal problems, but what systemic issues did you address? Did you even do any research to understand if there are systemic problems? Do you agree that there's a difference between personal problems that lead you to homelessness?
Right. I'm sorry, I had to just tell them not to call me.
Yeah. Is it still recording or streaming or no?
Hold on.
All right, yeah,
People
hold on.
stopped it. Once they
Once it
call-
switches apps, yeah.
No, I mean, even before just the calling, for some reason, my thing won't work.
It won't go on Do Not
It
Disturb.
won't. No, maybe you have to teach me and stuff. Oh my God, I'm getting scared. I'm like seeing.
It probably zoomed in on my face.
No, it's just zooming on. I saw your thing came up.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's scary. Okay, we're back. Okay.
All right. So I'll start from the beginning. So I went over to the federal court building. Right on the second floor is where the case, where Judge Carter is presiding regarding the homelessness programs that the city is offering, and whether they're a scam or not. Today, what was going on is a woman who was a white lady. She was skinny, tall, long blonde hair, was being questioned by the prosecutors. The line of questioning had to do with two things. The first, though, they were asking, did you do any due diligence to understand what issues actually create homelessness? Second of all, do you understand that there's a difference between personal problems and systemic problems that cause homelessness? And then third of all, what research did you do, if any? This is how they answered, okay? The city, first of all, did zero due diligence into researching what scientific factors lead to homelessness. Second of all, when they were intaking people for these programs, they did not do any sort of questionnaire to understand what factors led them to homelessness. It was just a simple categorization and labeling as, you are homeless. But as to how the whole origin story, no due diligence was done. That was admitted on the record. No due diligence was done at all.
I can't wait to read this.
Period.
honestly.
Flat, point blank, none. Do they understand that there are systemic issues that lead to homelessness? Yes, they do. They understand that there are scientific reasons systemically that lead to people being homeless in addition to individually.
Right.
Then we got into the line of questioning about the results of how many people going through the program actually obtained permanent housing. This is where it's just crazy. For the Inside Safe program, about 54% went straight back to homelessness.
50%.
54%. 54% right back to homelessness. From the Roadmap program, 72.5% back to homelessness. From the Alliance program, 63% straight back to homelessness.
Wow, so that's a huge failure.
Miserable failure.
I mean, we knew it was because and I'm glad like you and everyone like been talking about it, but it's like that is insane. Like, what are they thinking?
Judge Carter, honestly, I forget his name, but he was a tall, skinny black dude, more light-skinned on the side of the city, and he was just objecting to everything. It honestly reminded me of what I went through in my case, and just the stupid objections to everything just for the sake of making an objection. And Judge Carter handled it exactly how you would expect a freaking veteran to handle it. He would just overruled.
Yeah, I don't love it. Is it going to go on tomorrow too?
Yeah, I believe so. But it's going on for the rest of the day today. I wanted to come here to make the comment, but they're resumed. That same guy that kept making the bogus, objections, he asked for a bathroom break literally half an hour into the line of questioning because clearly their witness was being utterly grilled.
Wow.
It was hilarious.
But can you let me know if because you're going to go to the end of the day, and see if it continues tomorrow?
I'll see. I was talking to the marshals at the front, and
sounds like fun, Irish.
I pulled out my phone. They're like, "We're watching you, bro. You got cameras on you. You got too many phones on you." I was like,
They said that about you?
"Yeah." And then I explained to them who I was, and they're like, "Oh, okay." And I explained what happened in the room, and they were at a loss of words. They were like, "That's disgusting."
That's really disappointing. And all the money that we, and then why is she still patting herself on the back? We got so many.
53% of Inside Safe program participants straight back to homelessness.
So what happened with the others?
They do not. Doesn't mean now. That's the interesting thing.
Permanent housing.
Correct. The others do not, in fact, get permanent housing. It was less than 10% across the board that got permanent housing. So the rest are just adrift.
And so then all that money's just going to all these
They're laundering it.
Yeah, because I know someone who goes, he wanted to get out of the program because he felt so guilty because he goes the city or the county or whatever, they're paying $13,000. Because he got off homelessness. They gave him a voucher, but his rent. He says his rent is like $1,200 a month,
Which is
right. But the city's paying $13,000 a month for him to be in the program. So he goes, why can't I just
get the money?
Why can't you just give me the rent money? Why?
His phone call, I believe that's for me, not for you. Right?
Yeah,
I
probably.
believe that's
Yeah.
But anyway, I finished the phone call.
Everything's good.
So far, so good, yes.
So yeah, that's disgusting. And
Yeah.
so he was like saying, I'd rather you
him.
just and these people are horrible. They're so horrible to him anyway. They're just. So he's like, why do they get all this money?
Well, they admitted there is no due diligence done at all to understand the systemic issues of what brought this person before them. Doesn't matter if they say we don't care. That's a tacit admission of we don't care because they admitted we know there's systemic issues that lead to somebody being homeless.
And they're not taking care of those,
They do zero due diligence.
Well, ever since they did, what's that prop? Is it 92? I always forget the number now.
What a 92.
The one where they took away, it used to be when I first moved here, and it was a good program. So say if you get arrested for whatever,
Like petty crime.
yeah, but they would, but you have an addiction, they would offer you diversionary where you could go to rehab instead of going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they took that away.
Oh my God. So you're an advocate for that right now.
No, she's talking about there's this program that exists. That's all she
That's
said.
how it used to be, like,
Yeah.
when you'd get, instead of putting everyone in
God,
jail, they
you're
would offer
advocating for
addicts
those
Yeah.
to go
programs
get
right
help.
now.
No, it's not, this is not
No,
a
it would
full
put
program.
no. She was talking about it would put them in some sort of mental rehabilitation program.
No,
They still
actual
do. They still
rehab.
do. They
No,
still
they
do.
don't, it's
No.
not part,
They still
no,
do.
they don't.
I went to the probation department the other day. They
They-
literally
No.
talking
That's-
about a rehabilitation program.
I know
hear
because
what
this
I'm
is
saying.
this is a pro. This is
I went to the probation department commission
no,
several
no.
months, several times already.
Trust me, okay, like when a cop arrests somebody, they have an addiction problem in their home, well, whatever. Okay, it used to, because now they made it, you don't go to jail for anything anymore. So it's not like even if they have it and they can offer it.
Right now,
you
they
go
don't.
to
They
jail,
they
so
just
there's
release
no-
you. Right now,
No,
they
they
just
just
release
they
you.
ask you if you have any.
Okay, but then
They
that's 3
release
months,
you.
okay,
Right.
but Prop 91, whatever it is, it made it to get out of jail so easy, because there's nothing, right?
47. Proposition
Prop 47, that's it.
Proposition 47.
So it's not worth
Lack of
doing the
education, man.
rehab,
Lack of
because
education.
that's 3 months in a program where with Prop 41, you're out of jail the same day. So
47,
why go
47.
to, so there's no, it took away that tool, because they don't, it's not that they can't.
But right now, there's no more 47. You remember that, because right now the Proposition 36 repealed
I know,
Proposition 47,
parts of it.
so it's no longer 47.
Part, yeah, but
no,
parts
no
of it,
more.
parts of it, parts
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, you keep getting those old information from him now. That's
Parts
too
of
old.
it,
That's too
because
old.
I.
Right now,
but-
there's no such thing
But
47.
they,
There's only
I know,
36.
but it still has some, it's not that it repealed all of it. Okay,
Literally, just all of them.
no, whether or not, but this thing is, it's still, that's what was the problem for all these years, and that's why, and then they increased, like, for
Yeah,
like
yeah,
shoplifting.
yeah, so you
You
basically-
can shoplift up to $950.
Again, that's 47. It's no longer the case right
No,
now.
I'm
It's
saying,
no
I'm talking
longer
about
the
all
case.
these years, I'm talking about all these
Oh,
years.
yeah,
I
all
know
those
they- they're
years.
just changing-
Yeah, all those
All
years.
those years, but it created, you have to admit, I don't know how long you've been here, there was a
I've been here
difference in
since
numbers.
1789, since the return of the
Okay,
return of the
it was a boom,
Constitution.
and that's what
Yes.
helped create a lot of this stuff. They don't have the same access to services.
So,
They just
so
don't.
you are
I mean,
saying
either
that
they have
instead
a-
of for those
there's no
criminals go
incentive
to
to
jail,
go, put it that
so
way.
you are saying that instead for those criminals go to jail and prison for those gangbangers, you are saying that we offer them services.
No.
Like a typical
Not
role.
gangbangers, but a lot of them were people with addiction, and he would offer them a chance to get.
It's for nonviolent crime.
Kamala
Right,
Harris
it's not-
2.0. Kamala
and
Harris.
It's nonviolent.
Kamala 2.0.
Wouldn't you rather someone, like, if they're home, to get drug treatment and like be, you know what I mean, like if they're, you know what I mean?
I support law and order. I support that hey, you are responsible for whatever crime you did. I'm a
They are
supporter of
responsible still, but they're
consequences.
still,
But
they're still
somehow
held-
you commit a crime,
they are
somehow you got a
still-
treatment now.
They're still being.
I can always tell when he's lying because he's got that smirk. You're the easiest
No,
person.
I did not.
You're-
I did
He believes the total opposite, and he knows
they're
it.
still being-
When I've talked to him
they're still
privately,
being held- They're still being,
Yeah.
in a system, but they're getting drug.
I agree.
treatment Rather
True.
than,
Yes.
but they're still locked up.
Yes, I
You
support.
see, now they don't get locked, but before they switched it, all those years, they weren't being locked up, because they say, oh, well, no, we're not gonna get locked up, so we don't need the drug treatment, so it just took away that tool from our cops. Trust me, I know very well, I was on CPAPs, and this was their biggest thorn in the side. And so they need, so they have to also, it just increased, the numbers just skyrocketed. Because there's no, because I'd rather see people get treated.
Because right now they are trying to think about demolish the LPJ. Do you know what is LPJ? No, you don't
LPJ?
know. Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall, LPJ. So they are trying to get rid of the LPJ completely because they are saying there are so many violence. Those so-called violence kids continue to attack on staff member, continue
Yeah,
to
I heard
attack
some.
on those probation officers. So they are saying, hey, get rid of them. Some of them will be transferred to the other juvenile hall, and some of them go back, go home. That's it.
If they're not
So
violent.
that's
yeah.
not nonsense.
I don't like.
That's
I'll
just
be honest,
nonsense.
I don't like kids being locked up.
That's just nonsense.
if they don't have to be-
I don't like
think
kids being locked up too. But the thing is, certain kids rape their mother. Certain kids, whatever, rape his
Okay,
own
but
sister.
but
That's no
let's
longer a
face it,
kid.
it's not the
That's
norm.
that's
I
animal.
agree with you.
No, no.
I agree with you. I said I agree with you. But you have to admit, most of the times these kids are going away. It's not, and that's.
vast majority of the crime is definitely nonviolent. Vast majority is stupid petty theft.
Yeah.
That is 100% tied to poverty.
But it's a money maker.
Right.
State. So
Yeah.
that's why these kids get put away, because they get a lot of.
It's on two sides. The first side is the law enforcement side. That's the moneymaker, and then the second side is the criminal defense side, where you feed the law firms.
Well, and also the prison industrial complex.
Correct.
That home, where they house it gets a lot of
Right.
per bed. Per head in that thing, they get a lot of.
The one thing I think she was leading up to it, I think they were going to ask, what's the definition of a bed? At the Judge Carter case, I'm pretty sure they were getting to, what is your definition of a bed? That,
You have to understand, he's faking it.
oh yeah, yeah.
He does not
Dude,
believe-
privately, this guy has the softest heart
does.
ever.
He's this big bush.
Everything he says publicly, he literally believes the exact opposite.
I
In
know,
he
I know.
literally does.
Because he's like, right, they all
He's
see
the
the
sweetest guy
psychologist.
ever, and
I
honestly,
take that as a compliment, but that's not true. I take that as a compliment.
it is 100% true. He has to save
I
face.
agree with LA, so all those Amy can stop attacking me. So I agree with LA. I agree with it. Because if I say anything opposite, they will keep attacking me.
Amy will keep you in line, right, Amy?
Yeah, I totally believe it's
Oh my
the
God,
opposite
that's
thing.
horrible.
I totally believe that. Everybody telling me I'm a Scientologist, but the Scientology themselves telling me I am not a Scientologist. So it's definitely
Okay,
opposite.
but what's the word I taught you?
Definitely
What's
opposite.
the word? What's the word?
You
That
taught
is
me
called
so many.
Ironic.
Irony. I just.
Irony.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's some. I don't know what I'm talking on. What's the
Are they going to give you the mic this time? Yeah. All right.
Okay, today is a short meeting, but it should be a meeting one. We have 2 items to consider on the agenda. Item 1 is the CAO report on improving the city's outreach coordination, which is a big topic that I think it will require, I think, more than just today, because I want to also invite county staff to come in here, but I want us to be able to consider what's in the recommendations of this report today. We also have lots of folks here to talk about it. Item 2 is the CEQA exemption for tiny home village, I'm not seeing the report, sorry.
What's the
For tiny home village in C5, and.
I like the tiny homes, but
At this point, we can take public comment, but
they always
we're
are
gonna
telling me
start
that they really
with-
have
oh,
empty. So they're
we
lying
have
about it. They always say we
There's a
don't
lot.
have
Yeah.
and they're always going to empty. What about the here? And that's what people on the inside telling me.
move on to public comment. Yeah, come on. Welcome, Mr. Lee.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, committee members. Having the committee, this is an important item that I know is important to all of us, but as we go through.
Sorry, Mr. Lee, I just want to make sure you're having the microphone here, so we can hear you.
Closer.
Is that all?
Good?
That's
Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously this is an important item
Is
to
that
all of
just
us.
Idlers?
We
Look,
do
not you said
support
the same
on
word. That wasn't him.
committee and give my thoughts.
No, it wasn't him. It was a different
It
guy.
was a staff.
Yeah, it was a staffer.
Like, there's no way.
My time to express my strong support for option 3.
It was the deputy city attorney. It's the guy sitting to the left.
Suggestions that I
Yeah.
think are needed if we want to truly move.
I was like, oh, he was way too friendly.
Yeah.
Option 3 recommends that we discontinue city-funded outreach through LASA and instead expand Circle to assume current homeless engagement team's responsibilities. In order to fully realize the benefits of this model,
I didn't know.
we must
I didn't feel
restructure and consolidate outreach citywide.
Could be.
First, we should preserve what works, specifically our street medicine teams and Skid Row outreach. And at the same time,
He has 9,
we
he has
should
10
eliminate the mayor's 15 council district-funded outreach contracts and city-funded MDTs. If we are serious
Are you guys here from
about
school?
achieving the very
Are you guys here from
goals
college?
we want, I don't believe it's beneficial for us to have multiple teams operating.
Are you guys here from college?
Duplicating efforts
we're in
and
a
failing
housing
to share
program.
information.
Okay.
We're
This
victims of
fragmentation
abuse
should, I believe, be
in
corrected
housing.
years ago.
Here,
Vision
living at
of
the same
adopting
shelter,
option 3
I
along with my
ran and fled out of there like
also
brand
reflects the
buildings.
regional
And
Was that in the downtown area?
it was in Royal Heights. Sorry.
Okay.
I was going to so I went to a sober living facility, so I'm like sober, and that's really nice. But they're kind of equally just as abusive, but they just wish I was sober.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Anyways, they keep like I was 3 days away from getting an apartment, and they were running for money. They did that before in the other shelter. They don't like me. I know I have rights. ADA,
Which program did they put you through? Alliance, Roadmap,
They won't
Insights?
tell you anything. If you got good luck getting information from them. They don't give you any paperwork. They do everything over their phone, and it's horrible. It's very hard to keep records. I've been recording conversations. I've been playing
Good.
And, so I'm getting as much as I can. But basically, I have a YouTube channel and I have a TikTok. There's kind of I mean, it's humiliating, but I'm gonna have to put this all online. It's just what I have to do next. And so I'm gonna talk and say, hey, like you can't, let us do like this. I felt below the poverty line. I was a dancer. I have a degree. I have a college degree. I promoted myself through college. I have a father, but I don't have any family. And he's doing assisted living. And so, anyways, I wanted to live my life because, first of all, I died and I never came back. And I didn't want to drink and do cocaine anymore. So I got my sales license, but that took 4 months. I stopped paying rent for 4 months. And then I started paying back rent, but it was too little too late. And I lost my apartment. And they're doing nothing to help me. I'm sorry that happened. That was the most traumatizing experience of my life then at that moment. But then it's just re-traumatizing. I'm not a victim. I don't want to be a victim. That's not what I want for myself. And she's backing me up.
I believe you. I was at there's a federal case actually happening about 2 blocks from here. It's where I went to. The city is being prosecuted for fraudulent use of the homelessness programs. With Judge Carter.
Not with Judge Carter.
It was the second floor of the federal building, the large glass building.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I just know about that two shelters, a summer living facility, which is in a house. I have my own room.
Yeah.
And it's just a headache, and it's just I don't understand what's going on with this money because they're making $30,000 off of
It's all fraud. They're laundering money through the nonprofits.
Well, what's going to happen to us? Because I'm like, if you want to spend meth all day and do nothing, then you live in the woods. Like I want to work. I want to work and have a nice life. I just need a couple of resources and just a little gas and take, and that's all I need. And I was offered that, and they told me that, and I was promised that. But it's like grooming. You find somebody who has
They dangle an incentive in front of you.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. So anyway, we're just here representing ourselves. Just like here and there.
It takes a lot of courage to be out here. These guys, this is a gang of criminals. What you're witnessing in front of you are the people that made all the laundering of the homelessness programs happen. These people are the very same people laundering money through Inside Safe, through LASA, through Alliance, the Roadmap, and there's been a lot of work that friends of mine and I have done to make sure that all that.
Are you a journalist?
Yes, I'm also going to law school.
I can send you all of my recordings if you would like to go over them.
I'm very easy to find. Info at filmthepoliceusa.com. I'm sure you'll
I'll send
remember.
you everything. I'll send you everything. I can like an Apple file if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I have no problem with that.
Okay, let me take it down real quick so I don't forget.
Yeah, info at filmthepoliceusa.com.
Well, they tell us like if you film inside of here, we'll arrest you. You'll go to jail. It's like they tell like fabulous lies.
No, it's. Did somebody tell you coming in today when?
No, that's what the shelter is.
Oh, okay. Even there, no.
Right, I've been talking about it, and I was like, and that's not true. That is just not true.
Right.
Okay, film the police.
Yeah, info at filmthepoliceusa.
Please state the name you signed.
USA.com.
Wonderful. Okay. Film the police.
Yep, info at filmthepoliceusa.com.
Perfect. Okay. I'll send it over to you if you wanted to review it.
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no, again, thank you for showing up because I hate to say it, but you guys aren't You're not the only
How do
ones.
we get help? Like, I just don't understand like what we're supposed to do here to get help with ourselves.
Well, they're supposed to actually, when you go to speak and you say you need housing help, they're actually supposed to help you on the spot today here. That is, yes, they're supposed to. You can go, if you see the tablet to the back of the room on the corner, you can just put in your name to speak up. And after you do, you just line up.
So it's two here and then.
So there's a tablet, there's an iPad tablet. You see it on the back.
God bless you.
Yeah. What's that? Henry. Yes, good to meet you. Yeah, no, thank you. Take care.
Homelessness outreach services and policies. I think it's really important to make sure we have proper outreach and that, we don't really understand, the court say that we don't really have a full understanding of the different, systemic issues or personal issues. I think maybe we need to do more research and then tailor any program that we have towards that. There's different things that we need to work with these different people to, and it's not just that, we just do this and this solves it. So I think it's really important that we really do our homework, but, how many really big things about one, that's the old Taylor, statement. And then for number two, okay, when it comes to tiny homes, I love the concept of the tiny homes. I think, it's right now to do anyway, people like it, do van life or just other tiny homes type thing, like it's become very popular. So I think there's it takes up, there's no shame in it, so it's not that there's any shame anywhere, but it takes away from feeling like you're in a shelter with a whole bunch of people. It's like you have your own little space. I know you have to share with something, but I love these ideas. The only thing is that we're saying that there's no space. And I know I was told by people in North Hollywood when they were actually there, that they're always half empty, and it doesn't seem to be a lot of activity around them. And so, but it makes me wonder if they're saying there's no beds available, then what's going on if there are empty beds? And is it a miscommunication? Is it that they're not doing due diligence? I don't know, but I just hope you guys keep a better track of really making sure the beds are available and making sure that any group or organization is keeping their books correctly and all that. Okay. I want to talk for my thing about this Serge Obelinski law. Okay, that we're trying to get past. We're trying to put this through. Not necessarily here, but on a state level. And Serge Obelinski, he was in psychology, and he was kicked out at 14. He blew up his hand literally with fireworks, and so he was considered a degraded being, whatever, and they kicked him out with $1,000, his mom was left and got him with Social Security, but went back to psychology. So he became homeless in Hollywood. He was known for many years. He had no gas. And the Aftermath Foundation did help him get on his feet again. He graduated school and everything. But this law would be because they were able to release him. He didn't have all the proper training and all, because he was in a Sea Org, which is like a ministerial thing. And they did not have to provide for him to get back on his feet when they're the ones that kicked him out. Once he left voluntarily, they kicked him out. Thank you so much. Next speaker, make your way up to the podium. You can start this individual time. Go ahead. If you slow down, your time will be cut. You can start this time.
Okay, thank you very much, Jason Reedy. First of all, item number one is about the homeless outreach services. I'm not surprised because Council Member Rabbit are talking about, before the homeless coming to me, and then you can start this timer. And then by the meantime, he's not just started talking about these issues, and he's already gone. Well, this is a typical media rabbit. That's the reason why that Black Lives Matter hater and the Black Lives Matter hater and the Black Lives Matter hater.
These are comedic relief. He's actually a really great guy. He does this on purpose. He's just a giant troll. He's comedic relief. So for what it's worth.
I believe that
Yeah. I know him personally. He's a good guy. I know the woman in the wheelchair as well.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, pretty much, she requested to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
If
feel
I
free to.
filibuster, if I just don't start talking, then
They'll kick you out eventually,
yeah, but I can
and
go on. Yeah, you're talking to me on the phone. You said that like after 12 minutes, you might be like, okay, shut up. Like,
so basically the way it works is you get 1 minute for each agenda item. There's only 2, and then you get an additional 1 for general public comment. So that's total of 3. When you go up there, just say you want all items and general public comment, and then just go. Just fuck what they say. Just go. Use your 3 minutes and just go. That's what it's a game here. Again, you gotta understand. Like, I know I say it lightly, but this is a gang of criminals. They just wear suits.
Libertarian. Oh, that's why it's so hard to depend on the government. You know, it was
That's
and I hope you get it now and pay them back. You know,
that's them.
Failure of media women with this homeless housing services, because I am going down Skid Row, I am going down Skid Row on a regular basis, and then I never see media women going down Skid Row and then asking, offering those people services. I never see those over Palestinian.
He was singing earlier today for the city council meetings.
I followed the US
Oh yeah, the USA
He's dead.
for the federal program. Yeah.
It's a lot of the same stuff.
It's fraud. It's fraud.
Yeah.
It's
I
it's
just
fraud.
think the taxpayers, I mean, they're benevolent. The taxpayers are benevolent. The politicians
Oh,
are.
I agree.
The taxpayers know that, hey, what your taxes are going for. It's not what you think. You know, it's just reaching out to them. You know. Yeah.
You can start this individual's time while he
How many people are watching right now?
This is actually another channel I have. This is pretty small. I have around 3,000. Yeah. She's got about 100 people watching. I usually have about 100 people watching. Do you know the YouTube channel Film the Police LA?
I haven't heard of it.
He's a tall black dude. His name's William. He's the guy that does investigative work on the LAPD. He films police encounters.
They're a gang. I always make fun of them.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
what's your gang sign? Did you come up with one yet? I always try to remind them. Like, you didn't come up with your gang sign yet?
LASD and LAPD.
Why don't you just dress like gangbangers? Why don't you guys just like wear, you know, loose jeans? Why don't you just stay comfortable? You don't have to wear dress up in uniform. You know, I had to deal with them yesterday. They locked me in my room yesterday. They locked me in my room, and they took off the locks and they put a lock in it. I can show you the video. You'll see it. They locked me in my room, and it's like wrongful imprisonment. And I called the police, and they're like, "Police are coming." I go outside to smoke a cigarette, go back and take going to my room. They locked me in my room. They locked my door again. They do it again. So it's like,
source, which is stronger rent control. I also want to note that council member for GSA signals support for the affiliate house demands at 0.3% and 60% of CPI. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, your name and I am your speaker.
You be nice to the next 2 participants. Seriously though, I don't mind the grilling, but
Oh, what do you mean? Oh,
yeah, whatever nod or whatever like shoulder click, just let him know. Don't be an asshole. He's nice to him.
it's all good.
I was at the Judge Carter hearing, man.
Oh, I
Holy,
heard it was like
it's bad.
like a boring circus.
No, not if you knew what you were hearing.
I got it from David Z.
It's bad. It was bad.
Your name and the item you're speaking on?
Yes, hello. I signed up under Thomas Jefferson, and we'll go through all agenda items and general public comment. I'll walk you through them.
Okay, you have 2 minutes and 1 minute. Go ahead.
So the first motion we have here is regarding homelessness outreach services and policy. Well, I'll tell you what I heard today regarding policy and services. I was over at the Judge Carter case, and wouldn't you know it, directly related to this, they were questioning exactly how effective these very same services you're voting on today are. And I'll tell you the numbers as stated today in cross-examination. Here we go. Alliance program, 73%, right back to homelessness. Roadmap program, 64% straight back to homelessness. Inside safe, 54% straight back to homelessness. 54% is the lowest number that we have for homelessness.
One second, please. We have a translator who is listening. If you could just not yell or beat the podium, I think it would be better for the work of the translators. We appreciate your attention to that. Go ahead.
And it was that same line of questioning that Judge Carter then resumed to the next, which is related to motion number 2. How is it, right? How is it that these numbers are at all relevant? Well, I'll tell you how they're relevant. They asked, have you done any due diligence to understand there are in fact systemic issues that lead to homelessness? Yes or no? You know what the city answered? No. Have you done any research and due diligence that when you intake anybody through your homelessness programs, that you're asking them how not only they personally resulted in homelessness, but what other factors through their origin led them to homelessness? Yes or no? Have you done that? You know what the answer is, Bob? No. Have you done any understanding to realize there are in fact scientific reasons systemically that result in homelessness? Yes, they answered, meaning the city does know there are systemic issues that result to homelessness. Last question that was asked was, how is it that you can offer services that in your own stated mission is to eradicate homelessness permanently and provide permanent housing? How can your stated goals and services reach that if you're not doing any due diligence, Bob, to provide those fucking services, Bob? How is it that you can be effective in that mission, Bob? Moving on to general public comment. I'm actually homeless, Bob. Where's my room, Bob? Nithya, where's my room? I know you guys are actually supposed to, by law, provide housing support today. Where's my room, Bob? Nithya, where's my room? I want my room. Where is my room? I'm coming to you, pleading to you, where is my room? I need to be part of the homelessness programs that you allege to provide. I need the support, Bob. Where's the room? Where's the room, Bob? Nithya, where's the room? I need help. Are you going to give me help? Or are you not going to allow me to go through those programs because you're scared shitless of what I also might find and what Judge Carter also might get in his hands? Are you going to help me, Bob? I caught you sleeping yesterday, by the way. It was a beautiful sight. Twitter loves you. But I still needed my room. Regardless of whether you're sleeping or not, I still need my room. Where's my room, Bob? Where's my room? I'll be waiting in the lobby.
Thank you very much. Next speaker.
Comments and then, or one, I don't know if we're fine, but let me discuss this off. I'm here representing myself. She and I have.
Sorry, but are you speaking on a particular agenda item or are you?
Both of them?
Okay, so you have 2 minutes for the item and 1 minute for general public comment.
That sounds great.
Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
I'm serious. I know, I'm going to wait for it.
She and I have the same story basically. We're hard workers, we're honest people, we're not criminals. We both have college degrees, and we're ready to work, and we're willing to work, and we love to work. And we want to have nice lives and families and homes. And so the problem is, I felt a little problem time because I was working in nightlife, or I got a lucrative job in nightlife, but there was new drugs and alcohol all around me, so I ended up falling into addiction. So I thought to do the right thing, just trust God, follow God, just quit and stop paying rent and get my sales license where I can make money honestly, or where I felt would be honest, if not honest, right? So I did that, but then I paid out $2,000 for rent when I stopped paying rent, but then it was just too little too late.
I know. We'll see what happens. I am serious about it. I'm going to wait and see what they do. If I have to get kicked out, I happily will.
And I went to a shelter. I was thinking I was going to be there a month or 2 or a year a week, and I was going to get to an apartment where I would, ma'am, please listen to me. I'll wait. And it's not the time and place that she's talking to somebody right now. I need you guys to listen to me seriously because you need help right now. We're being seriously abused by the staff at these shelters, abused. Sexual assault, physical assault. I was punched in the head 5 times. This cannot happen to me again. And it's been 10 months, in these shelters. I cannot go on like this. Neither can Casey. What do we do to help ourselves? How do we get help for ourselves? We can get back to work, we can start working on, I mean, I'm in my 30s. I want to get married and have children. You know, I'm not getting any younger. What do I do? Please help me. That's basically all I have to say. I don't need any more time.
Okay, so a staff member will be able to speak to you and just make sure we're getting the information and connect you to people who may be able to address those issues. Next speaker, please.
I know. We'll see if Bob sends a staffer.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, if there's no other speakers, we're going to
No, we'll see.
on from public comment.
Where's my staffer?
Thank you to
Yeah.
everyone who spoke. And I want to move on to the items. I'm going to recommend that we take item 2 on consent.
I thought he was joking
Unless there's
about
any
the
objections.
services, but he's not joking.
Okay, Mr. Brown, can you please call the roll?
So I don't think that they're required.
Yeah.
Councilmember Wallace. Councilmember Dixon. 3 ayes.
Whoever's in. Yeah.
Okay, great. And let's move on to item 1, which is our meeting item for today.
Thank you.
Item number 1 is the Chief Legislative Advocacy Report relative to homelessness outreach services and policy.
Okay, great. So we have 2 members from our CLA team, who
The way you're talking, I
are
think they
here
thought
to
you were
brief
joking.
I know.
us on this item.
I wasn't. I was dead serious.
Give us
It was just passionate, but I was dead serious. I wasn't even laughing when I said it or
We
smiling.
also
I was.
have
I know,
our
because I
team
know.
here from LASA, who is here to answer questions. I don't know if you want to join us at the table right away. I think that might
You
be
just have to
useful.
self-identify.
This is a report on outreach and how we manage outreach. And I just do want to flag that when this motion was first put forward, it was a long time ago. And it does feel like a fairly different landscape. It was, I believe,
It's oddly
introduced in
cold in
October
here.
of 2023. And was asking about how we can improve coordination on outreach. Last year, we found that there was about 40, the CAO put together an assessment of how much outreach we were funding across every single tranche of outreach, including council office investments from discretionary funds. Just in the city of LA, we were spending $45 million just on outreach. Use a lot of different categories.
See?
Under one
It's the only
umbrella.
reason. I know. It's the only reason.
That's a lot of money. And this year, we have a very different landscape in the next fiscal year that we just approved in the budget. And
They
so
thought I was
wanna make
joking. I'm
sure
really
that
not
we are
joking.
keeping conversation.
I really wasn't joking. I'm not joking. But I can give you my name and email, and then I don't know how you want to connect afterwards.
New changes in the
Downtown area.
including
Always in downtown
data
area.
funding, and some of which have already been reflected in the report. And new sources of data that we have that we regularly have available to us that potentially can help us hold outreach and service providers accountable for outcomes. So with that, I want to turn it over to our presenters and take it away.
Good afternoon, John McCool with the CLA, Chief Legislative Analyst. Yes, this report has been a long time coming, and what you see here is an
Sounds good.
extensive amount
I
of work
appreciate it.
by David Winsack, who will present and bring it up on KID.
That's because you guys helped.
Here today.
That's why.
You have to.
Mhm.
You did it.
Extensive series of interviews, and every time a report was ready to be released, something would shift under our feet on this report, because outreach has been very
That was
dynamic,
it.
and the system has been very dynamic.
I know.
We got
Yeah.
the report out.
They took my name and put my email.
With our budgetary actions and with county budgetary actions. With,
Are you gonna step? Do you want me to mute?
system.
All right, hold on.
So
You want to go in the lobby?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
We will need to report back to you on those outcomes. And so with that, I will turn it over to David.
We're gonna have to get this one.
Okay, so, I said it's called Tibbetts House? Tibbetts House, yeah, and then I can give you the address as well. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can get into,
Guys, I'm gonna put it up there, it's just getting personal.
I know you're.
All right, I'm going to cut it off here.